guys, it's me, Rebecca from Mama Bear Custom Wreaths, and welcome to my channel, Mama Bear Custom Wreaths, where I make wreaths and all things home decor, and I show you how I do it all. If you guys have not hit that subscribe button, please do so, and that notification bell so you guys get notified when I have a new tutorial. All right, so today we're gonna be making a super fun, super cute, easy to make Frankenstein wreath. Check him out. Super cute. All right, guys, let's get started.
All right, so we are going to start with a 14-inch wreath base. And if you notice, this wreath base has 6 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because it has these 6 crossbars. And it also has the bars, if we count from the inside going out, bars 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? And if you notice, it kind of curves like this, like upwards, kind of like the top part of a rainbow or a bundt cake. That is the top of our wreath. If we flip it over and it's like a U, it's concave, that is the bottom. Okay, so that's the top, that's the bottom. We're gonna take a chenille stem. We're gonna make a V out of it, and I'm gonna take some wire cutters, not scissors, because this will dull your scissors. Cut that. And then I'm going to make a V. Okay, now our wreath base is bundt side up right now, so we're gonna turn it upside down, and it's gonna be like the U. Okay, we're gonna go about around bars 1 and 2, so 1 and 2, and a crossbar. So I'm gonna go from underneath to outside here, and I am going to tie just like that. Tie it around, make sure it's tight, and then we have what looks like a little V, little antennas. And if we want, we could glue this. You don't have to do this, but you can. I am using a self-healing mat, by the way. This self-healing mat, I can glue on top of it. I can get glue stuck on it. I can burn it. I can cut it, and it heals. It just heals naturally. See, this is some old glue here. So I'm gonna let that dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's dry. So I'm gonna get some 6-inch deco mesh from the Dollar Tree store, which should be called $1.50 and higher. It's false advertising, but I digress. So this is just 6-inch deco mesh, and I'm gonna roll it like this. Unroll it, I mean. And I am going to just get about this much. Okay, squeeze it. And I am going to just place it in the center, and then I'm going to tie it. That's it. Now I am going to take my deco mesh, okay, and I am going to put it through bars 1 and 2. So I'm going to go put it in between bars 1 and 2. Then I'm going to flip it over to the top part, which is like the rainbow part, the top of a bundt cake. And then I am going to measure just as much as my fist. I'm just gonna roll it out. Maybe a little bit coming out. It's not straight, but just about my fist size. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's about the length of the deco mesh, okay? I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna go underneath, and now I'm gonna get the next row between bars 2 and 3. Okay, so we have this piece right here in my fist that I'm holding between bars 1 and 2. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but it's going to go between bars 2 and 3. So I'm going to go from underneath. So this is the top part. So I'm going from underneath and I'm gonna roll out some deco mesh, and then I am going to put it in my fist, the same fist, and I'm going to have it the same length, okay? And then now I'm gonna go between bars 3 and 4, right in between from the bottom, poke it through, okay? And hold it in my fist. So I'm holding all of this deco mesh there. We have all 3 of our spaces in between our bars filled. We're going to go underneath between bars 1 and 2. And then continue to hold it with that same left hand, or if you're the opposite hand, if you're left-handed, it'll be on your right hand probably. But on your other hand, whichever hand it is, you're just gonna keep going. I'm went through bars 2 and 3, and I'm gonna go between bars 3 and 4, and whatever I grab, I'm gonna just hold on with the other hand, and then go through, and then go through bars 1 and 2, hold it there, and then go through bars 2 and 3. So I'm gonna do this all the way across till we get to this bar here. And it should be about a roll of this. So I'll be back. So we've done almost our whole roll. This is not enough for another little poof. So we're just gonna stop here. We're gonna take another little V, and where it stops right here underneath, here it stops between the last loop that goes through is between bars 3 and 4. So I'm gonna go between bars 3 and 4. And then I am going to upside down, tie that on the bottom side. And just tie that. And then we can cut this here. So this is what it looks like. Hideous, I know, but stay with me. I promise it's going to look cute. Okay, so now we're gonna take our second deco mesh roll. Sorry, that's so loud, that plastic. I'm so sorry. Okay, and we're gonna unroll that again. We're gonna go back underneath. And so we started here. So we're gonna undo that one. And then just like we did before, we're gonna add our deco mesh. We're gonna cut about this much. We're gonna take about this much, pinch it, and then we're gonna put that underneath, roll it. We can cut this off. Cut this one over here too, just to make it neater. And then we're just gonna start it. So we're gonna flip this upside down. Let's go back to 1 and 2. Let's just go back to the way we did it. So we're gonna go right back in through bars 1 and 2. Get our fist so that we know the length, and then we're gonna go between bars 2 and 3. So basically the same exact thing that we did before. We're just gonna do it. And we're gonna do that all the way around, and then we'll be back. Okay, so now this is the upside down, the bottom part. This is the top part. So let's just cut off. I've cut off most of it as I've gone, but let's just cut off the excess deco mesh. And then we can roll these under our bars so that they don't stick out and scratch our doors or wherever we hang these. So we'll just roll that around the bar. So this is our wreath base. Look how full this came out. I love it. I love this method because we always get a big poofy wreath base. Now, if you have a bigger wreath base or you want to make it like close all the way, you can, that section that we had in our fists, instead of it just ending here, we can make it longer. So if you need to make it longer, you can. Okay, so this is our base. I found the cutest little Frankenstein at the Dollar Tree. Look at that, his little face, little hands, and his little legs. So this is actually so light, we could tie it, or I think we can just glue this. Let's just glue this. Glue Mr. Frankie on. So we're gonna put his head here, put his legs right there. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna put his thumbs up. You guys remember that game, Thumbs Up, 7 Up? Am I giving my age away? That's about where we want it. Now, before we attach anything, let's make our bow. So I have some really cute ribbon that I want to use. Okay, we're going to use these ribbons, and we're going to start with our purple. I'm going to cut this out. Okay. Okay, so we used white ribbon. I'm sorry, white Chanel stems to tie our deco mesh. Now I'm gonna get a different color. I wish I had blue, but I don't. So I'm going to get them, kind of like crisscross applesauce them here. And then just twist them. Okay, we have that. Then do another one. And just wrap them around each other, and you'll see why in a sec. Nice and tight. So we have a really long Chanel stem. We're gonna get a zip tie, and let's choose the back color, which I think the bats are really cute. See my little tomato where I keep my pins? Okay, and these are my regular scissors I was using. If you guys have watched me before, you know where I'm going with this. If you haven't, let me show you. These are regular scissors for paper, for deco mesh. These are wire cutters for your Chanel stems, anything with wires, florals. These are the holy grail of scissors. They are ribbon scissors, and they are just for ribbons, so that they give you a surgical smooth cut. They don't cost very much more than regular scissors. I have links on my Amazon, all of these things, but I promise you it will make your bows look so much nicer if you use ribbon scissors. So let's cut this straight. And let's see how big we're gonna want our bow. I'm thinking I wanna put a bow right in the center. So I'm gonna measure my legs, and I rather measure my toes a little bit longer because we can always cut them. And then I'm just eyeballing it here, depending on how big you made your loops, how big you made the wreath base here. I want my bow. So this is why I haven't tied anything on, because I'm gonna make my bow first. So that's good. Okay, so that's about, let's see, that's about 6.5 inch loops. Okay, let's scoot this back. And we have our 6.5-inch bow, loop I mean, and we're gonna go, so this is our tail. We're going to pinch where our tail is. We're going to pinch the other end of our bow, of our loop. Sorry guys, it's like 4 in the morning. Mama bear is tired. Okay, so we have our tail, we're pinching. We're pinching the other end of our bow loop. So when we join them together just like this, we now have one of the loops for our bow, and here's our tail. For this particular one, my tail is about 9 inches. I'd rather cut a little bit more because then I can always cut it shorter, but like hair, you can't make it grow. Okay, so now it looks kind of like a little jellyfish, okay? So this is what it looks like. So this is one side, this is the other side. We haven't done anything. We're gonna go from the back, bring the ribbon to the front, and we want to get our loops to be about the same size. So I just eyeball it, and you can measure it if you want. And that's 2 loops, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna twist our ribbon and the tail over here. I usually throw it on the floor, but I'm sitting down, okay? And then I'm gonna go, so this is the front of our bow. So this is the back part of our ribbon. Just gonna flip it over like so. Pinch it, okay? And then just kind of make sure it's about the same size as the other loop. Looks like it is, just eyeballing it, okay? And then I'm going to flip it. Okay, so now is the back part of our bow. I mean, I'm sorry, of our ribbon. Bring it forward. We have another loop. We can just kind of measure these 2 loops. That looks good. Okay. And then we can cut our tail. We'll just get our scissors. We can put this away. So this is the bottom of our bow. We're gonna work from the bottom up. This is an easy way to make a bow, an easier way to make a hand bow. Okay, then we're going to take our next color, which let's do this one here. This is so cute. Look at that. It's all sparkly. Okay. So, let's see, scoot this over. Let's do this part here as the top. We're gonna do bows. We're gonna do our tails in different directions, okay? So let's do this tail going this way. And we're gonna pinch our ribbon, okay? I'm gonna hold on to it right here. I'm gonna flip it, turn it around, and then this is the back part of our bow, of our ribbon. Sorry guys. And I'm just gonna bring it forward, and then about the size I want, eyeball it, and then I'm gonna hold it here in my center. These 2 fingers right here are going to maintain the shape of our bow. So always hold it tightly. Now I'm going to flip this again. So now it's the back part of our ribbon, okay? And I'm going to bring it from the back to the front. And measure our tails. so that they're about the same size. Okay. And then I'm going to cut our tail. Put that one aside. How cute our bow is looking. How cute are, yeah, that's what I'm, sorry guys. So now we're gonna take our tail, again, we're gonna pinch it, put it in between our index and thumb that are holding our bow, okay? We're gonna flip our ribbon. This is the back side. We're gonna bring it from the back to, let's untangle this first. It's easier if you stand up and just throw it on the floor. Now we're gonna go from the back. This is the back of our ribbon. Roll it to the front to make a loop. Eyeball our bow size, our loop size. Let's make that one a little shorter. Okay. And then we're gonna take our ribbon, flip it upside down. So this is the back part. Now, if my nails look black, I was painting earlier. Yeah, centerpiece I'm gonna be making. So I don't have dirty fingers, I just have paint. I've been crafting all day today. My husband gave the kids a bath, took them to swim so I can craft. Because I am so behind, y'all. Okay, so now I'm gonna go, this is the back part, from the back to the front. And then I'm gonna hold it again with my thumb and my index finger. Now it's way too big. Just measure that. Oops. Yep, that's a good size. And then put this tail on this side. Okay, and then we're going to cut our tail with our ribbon scissor. Put that aside. Look how pretty it's looking already. All right, now we're gonna use this really cute sparkly colors that we're using, orange, green, and purple. And I'm just gonna make a tail. We're gonna pinch it. Don't have a tail on this side. Okay, we're gonna pinch it, twist it, and then we're gonna make one loop. That's a little bit shorter, actually a lot shorter. Okay, and then flip it and do a loop this way. to the front again, measure it, and then we're gonna cut our bow, our ribbon. We'll put our pins in later. How do y'all keep your ribbon? I used to use rubber bands, and then I noticed that it was bending and wrinkling my ribbon. So now I just keep pins in this, and it helps my ribbons look nicer, longer. Okay, so we're gonna just fix and make sure, see this curling right here? We're just gonna make sure that our bows, our loops are smooth. Okay, then we're gonna take this long, giant Chanel stem and just put it in the back. Okay. Then we're gonna take, I only have large, giant zip ties. We're gonna put those right in the middle. Put that zip tie right in the middle. And then we're going to put the tail through this part. Now, if you don't hear that clicking noise like this, you're not securing it and it's going to let go. So make sure you hear that, or else you put it the wrong way and just flip it upside down. Okay. Everything looks good. Make sure it's where I want it. It is. And then close it, tighten it. And I don't use scissors for this either, tighten it really tight. I use wire cutters. So this is our bow. We can fluff it out. Look at all that glitter. So I'm gonna get my little vacuum here. Pick it up real quick. Trying to be quiet. My husband is joining me. He's sleeping. It's 4 in the morning. I'm a big fraidy cat, so he comes out here with me. Because his wife's a big old scaredy cat that can't be out here in the craft area by herself at night. So he's sweet enough to come out here with me. So I'm trying to be quiet. Okay, so let me move you guys up a little bit. Look at how adorable that bow looks. Okay, so let's take off his hands here. Great, so we're gonna take, you know, you see why I made these Chanel stems so long? And all we're going to do is just poke it through our deco mesh until it's completely to the bar, and then we're gonna tie it. We're gonna just put it there, put that one there first, poke through our deco mesh like this, you see, and I see a space that I can put my Chanel stem. Okay, and center it. Okay, so I'm going to show you what it looks like from the back, okay? And then we're just going to tie this around our bar multiple times so it's nice and tight. Let's make sure it's centered. It's not, pulled it too much to the left. Okay. So we're just going to tie this around our bar here. Guess you don't need to do it as many times as I'm doing it. Just loop it through like this. And maybe do one more. this one. And there's one. Can make a knot like that. So you see why I did it a different color? So that it wouldn't be confusing if we ended up tying it by a white one. Okay. So I squished our ribbon. So let's just I'm probably gonna flatten it again. Let's cut some of these. Okay. Okay, so let's put him right there. And this is really flimsy, so let's do this. Okay, so he's so flimsy. I am going to get a wooden skewer. You can get these at any grocery store, Dollar Tree. Okay. Just kind of put it like this. That way it holds his head straight. Kind of creepy, looks like a pike. Maybe put some glue. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. While we're letting that dry, we might do that to his legs also. Yeah. Let's go ahead and poke through his legs. So this is the back part, and just poke through the other side. This will just give it stability. Okay. And then we'll glue that. Let's not glue our string. Okay. Okay, so we have that. I'm not sure if we're gonna do our hands yet. Okay, when this is dry, I'll be back. Okay, so it's dry. And I'm finding the shortest bows. And I'm just gonna poke our little skewer stick in the back. Looks like we're not gonna use those strings, but we'll just keep them on there just in case. I was thinking we can do that. See, that's the back of our legs. You could stick these through the bottom, and these can go through the deco mesh, not a problem. It will help keep it in place actually. So just go ahead and poke it through the deco mesh. Don't want to leave a large space between the bows, the loops from our bow. Okay. We're not going to use these strings probably. So I think right there is perfect. So let's just get our hot glue underneath. And then we're just going to glue this to our mesh. And let's go ahead and cut our strings. I'm not using our ribbon scissors, I'm using our regular scissors. I'm gluing the legs first because I feel it's easier to manipulate the head, which is one skewer, than two skewers for these little legs. It's already looking so cute. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this off. And we're gonna put his head, looks like a little lollipop. Put his head right about here. I'm just gonna poke it through the deco mesh. Right there, perfect. Cut this off. Okay, and then we're just gonna hot glue the back here. And let's hot glue where the mesh is right here. Opening up our loops here. Okay, and then let's put his little hands and we'll see if we need skewers or not. Now they don't have to be even, so you can have one facing down, one facing up. Like you can have one down here. I want them both up here though. And I want it more on the outer edge, sticking out. So I'm gonna try to do it through the loop that went through 3 and 4, if that makes sense. The poofs that are going through 3 and 4. So I'm going to cut this. Cut this. I don't think we need skewers on this one because they're short. Okay, so we're just gonna put hot glue on the back here. Nice generous amount. Now we're gonna remember where we put it. And then just stick it on there. And the same thing for this side. Just put a nice amount of hot glue there. And that's his little body. Okay, so he's nice and dry. Look at how cute, but let's add some more stuff to him, shall we? So I found this spider that was part of some kind of flowers. I don't know. So I just cut this little stick and I'm gonna I'm thinking putting the spider right above here. And then these little bats from the Dollar Tree, maybe one right here. Just gonna stage everything where I think I want it. These are little pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. One right there. Got this little ball. I just have a bunch of stuff thrown in here. I'm not even sure what came in with it. But put something there. Maybe another pumpkin there. This little thing. Right about there. And this all just matches the colors that we have. Yeah, it looks so cute. Okay, so let's start gluing. Just gonna put some glue on the stem. Put our little spider right about there. Just creeping, crawling over Mr. Frankie. He doesn't strike me as someone that has such a great hygiene, so I don't think he would mind his little spider friend. Put a ball here and put some more glue. Okay. One down here. And if you just kind of like wiggle whatever it is you're gluing onto the deco mesh, because it's plastic, it tends to melt and it'll adhere better. I learned that from Coach Fancy. Okay, I'm gonna put this one right about here. Okay, and then we're gonna put one right there. So we're just gluing these on. These are super easy to put on. Super easy to attach. I think the hardest thing to attach was actually the legs, but with the skewers, I think that made it so much easier. Just cutting little pieces of whatever those things are called. I forget what they're called. You know what I'm talking about. I need some sleep. Okay, and let's cut this part off, because that always falls off. Don't trust that at all. So let's put that there. I'm just gonna glue the bottom of our little bat. Let's see if we need any more. I think that is super adorable. Okay, so I'm gonna get you guys looking up so you guys can see our little Frankenstein.
And this is our little Frankenstein. Isn't he just adorable? Look at him. His little hands. All right, guys, if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, do me a huge favor, leave me a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section that you enjoyed this, and let me know where you are watching me from. I am in Texas. Frankie and I are in Texas. All right, guys. Check out all of my other tutorials. I have a bunch of tutorials. I'll be uploading some more this week. And check me out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X. I'm everywhere. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next tutorial. Bye.